Alright guys, so in the few days after the Orlando terrorist attack, one of the pieces of legislation that has been proposed was if you're on the terrorist watch list or even the no-fly list, if you're so dangerous that you're on one of those lists that you should not be allowed to purchase a gun. And that, sounds very reasonable at, face value, until you dig a little deeper and you realize that the requirements for being on either one of those lists are actually very, very broad. They're in they're explained in really huge documents, over 150 pages, just explaining the requirements of why someone would be even considered on the list. And a lot of people are on there wrongfully, kind of like the sex offenders list. A lot of people are on these lists and they shouldn't be on the list, and a lot of people don't even know that they're on the list because they really haven't done anything wrong. There are children on the list because their names are similar to some terrorist that's under watch, or whatever. So the big question is, should the government be allowed to take your rights away, your Second Amendment rights, without due process? And due process is a term used in the Constitution. So should they be allowed to take away your Second Amendment rights without due process? And the answer is no. I mean, what other rights, think about this, what other rights are they willing to take away without due process? What about your First Amendment right to freedom of speech? Are they going to take away your right to free speech without due process? Or what about your right to practice whatever religion you want to practice? Are they going to take that away without due process? What about the Fourth Amendment and the right against unlawful searches and seizures? Are they going to take those rights away without due process? What about your Fifth Amendment right? What about your Sixth, Seventh? What about all these other rights that are guaranteed to you in the Constitution, the Bill of Rights? Are they going to take all of those rights away without due process? Well, no, nobody wants to take those rights away without due process. So why do they want to take away the Second Amendment rights without due process? It's just against the Constitution. If you take somebody's rights away without due process, you not only go against the Constitution once, but you go against it twice. And that is not okay in the United States of America. Subscribe to my channel, like me on Facebook. I'm RedneckMini14. And until next time, be safe.